часто оставляю себя в самом понятном месте, чтобы понимать. Так, а что это за новое занятие в скалице, интересно? Ну, реально интересно. Чтобы понимать, куда мне надо двигаться. Сейчас мы наверняка раскапываем могилу. Я прав? Да, я прав. Мы находимся в летечко. Здесь нам надо будет раскопать могилу по просьбе товарища шарлатана. Кстати, она у нас на пригорке вроде находится. Вот прямо здесь. Ну, собака, как обычно, мешает. Впереди меня идет и, в общем, это мешает однозначно. Так, местная сплетница, это у нас прямо на краю деревни будет. Ой, опять дорогу перепутал. Вот так вот. Сплетница. Поболтаем.
Things ain't what they used to be, but we're a lot better off than that Skalitz lot.
And what about that empty grave?
What empty grave would that be now?
The one beyond the village, alongside the road to Sasau. Just by the river, on the Pine Headland.
How would you know it's empty, unless it was dug up?
Oh, it's dug up, all right. Freshly. And empty. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Lord in heaven, what in the name of...
Да что же это делается?
Ground, anyway. Only unrepentant sinners are buried like that. Usually.
I don't like to say. It's an old wound that's best forgotten.
Whose grave is it?
Well, once a long time ago there was a young charcoal burner living here with his wife. There was always a lot of charcoal burners here, but this fellow worked alone. That's not an easy job for one man.
No one wanted to work with him, or what?
Ah, he was a hard-headed fellow who always wanted to take care of his family himself.
Well, I can understand that. It's always better to work for yourself than break your back for someone else.
His wife was expecting, though no one knew it yet. And he wasn't doing well at all. Soon enough, they had nothing to eat. And so he took to thieving.
Well, I can understand him. To watch your family suffer like that. What could he do when they were going hungry?
If we'd known how badly off they was, folk would have helped out. But he kept his troubles to himself.
And did he get caught?
Well, at first it was just a few eggs going missing from people's hen coops. But then it was anything that wasn't nailed down. And in the end, they caught him.
And I suppose he was harshly punished for it.
Even then he didn't let on why he was doing it. They whipped the skin off his back and banished him from Ledetchko.
So justice was done then?
It wasn't enough for some folk. When the butcher found out he'd never get any compensation, he wanted them to chop off the charcoal burner's hands. If the bailiff hadn't talked sense into him, he'd have done it himself with his cleaver.
Well, he got off lightly enough then.
And in the end, he got what was coming to him, and more.
The butcher caught up with him?
No, no. It was the mills of God turning slowly but surely. His wife bled to death in childbirth, and the child died with her.
God have mercy on their souls.
Amen.
Nothing could have been done to save them.
There was no one there. He had no one who would care for his wife. They say on that day, he parted ways with God forever. And he turned his back on the village too. I reckon he never forgave himself. Nor us, either.
The Lord moves in mysterious ways. But how did he end up?
Don't ask me that, lad. I beg you.
Даже не спрашивай меня.
Sorry, good wife. Let's leave it be.
Thanks, lad.
Итак, дальше.
Yeah.
Общаемся с шарлатаном, узнаем, что как. Там потом будет задание, конечно, посложнее.
Then buy this powder made of a unicorn's hope. Jesus Christ be...
I know who was buried in that grave. A young charcoal burner.
So begins the tragic tale of the young charcoal burner who became entangled with the devil himself.
Oh, don't start. What devil? I'm trying to tell you. Ugh. He was from Ledechko. He was trying to eke out a living for himself and his wife, but he couldn't manage. When she fell pregnant, he took to stealing.
Pride drove him from the straight and narrow path, and soon he sold his soul to the devil to fill his stomach.
They caught him and punished him, but some of the people he'd robbed didn't think it was enough. Then when his wife died in childbirth, and the child too, he blamed everyone for it. Even God, apparently.
But when the time came to pay his debt to hell, the devil had no use for his soul, and took his wife and child instead. The charcoal burner cursed God, who struck him down in righteous vengeance. But the dead man's soul never left his body. He came back.
Ему бы истории писать.
To vent his rage at God and
Книжки.
men and take vengeance on the living.
Jesus, did you listen to what I said at all?
Sorry, did you say something?
Oh, never mind. What do you want me to do with it?
The question is, what would the revenant do to get revenge on the villagers? Well, apprentice?
The gossip mentioned the butcher. It seems he was infuriated that the charcoal burner's punishment was too lenient.
And the revenant spoiled their meat with his malign touch.
How's that?
Spoiled meat is a classic example of a revenant's power.
I thought it was the work of bad butchers.
That too, sometimes.
So, I should switch the good meat for bad at the butcher's. What about the butcher woman?
What about her?
Well, her conscience is still troubled on account of her man, and she feels haunted. This won't help her much.
What's that got to do with you?
Well, I want to help her.
All right, if you can find some other solution, you don't have to switch the meat. But I wouldn't worry about her. But make sure it's the same kind of meat. Not even a revenant will turn a cow into a chicken.
He was stealing food from people, right? So, supposing he started again.
We should steal from people? Disgraceful. Have you no shame?
Maybe just a few eggs from hen coops, like the gossip mentioned.
Well, that wouldn't be too serious a sin. Will they put it down to the revenant, though?
They would, if I put some charcoal there instead.
And their nourishment he turned into ash.
What about his wife and child? No doubt he'd want to avenge their death.
Well, how did they die?
In childbirth.
And when his love turned to rage, the water turned to blood. Nothing too original. But it's tried and tested. If you do it at the baths, everyone will hear of it.
How am I supposed to do that? It might be a bit suspicious if I'm seen walking around with a pail of blood.
No problem. There's a certain potion that will do the trick easily.
He cursed God. That's very serious.
What is it that most brings God to mind?
They don't have a church there. But everyone will have a rosary. I can't think of anything else.
That's it! If folks start losing their rosaries, they'll have sleepless nights over it.
You want me to steal rosaries? But that's...
Or just exchange them.
For what?
For nothing.
Great.
Подмени их на ни на что.
Switch eggs for charcoal, switch the meat, color the water in the baths, and switch the rosaries. That ought to do it. I hope so. Of course, if you come up with anything else, don't let me hold you back. Talking to people might give you ideas. Traders, the bailiff.
Well, what if someone sees me in the act?
They mustn't. Otherwise, it'll end up like Sasau all over again.
Sure. I'll keep my... And how would I know if I've succeeded? I doubt it'll be announced on the market square.
I'll be the first to know. They'll come running, off you go, and...
But whatever he did, don't you think he deserves some peace?
Dear Henry, after all...
Well, he certainly won't have any as long as I'm carrying...
But...
Help?
Me, of course.
But there is no red...
Not yet.
All right.
Splendid.
Agree?
We're getting there.
Да в смысле сбрось цену, блин.
Revenant.
Пипец он торгуется.
They'll be very... May the Lord watch over you.
Барыга. Жесткий, конечно. Свари зелье для окраски воды.
What's the recipe for that potion?
You mean for...
Well,
Pay close attention.
I'm all ears.
How love turned to bloodshed. Once there was a knight who, though upright and noble-looking, had a prickly, unapproachable appearance. He fell in love with a fragile young maid, whom he saw with her sisters in a field, all wearing bright red wimples. But he was afraid his prickly exterior would frighten her. So he asked the advice of another knight, a pious and learned. The pious knight told him he would arrange a rendezvous with the maid. This they did, but the maid fell in love instead with the pious knight. The stern knight was enraged, anguished at the tragedy her beauty had caused. The young maid took a their bodies lay together on the ground, and...
I thought you were going to tell me the recipe.
It is the rest.
What on earth for?
So I don't forget it.
All right.
I can't remember.
Great. So if you don't know...
You'll figure it out, my loyal apprentice. But I know it was a simple recipe. It should be enough to grind the ingredients and brew them together. So, all you have to do is...
Sure. Why make things simple if you...
Да.
Will you teach me how to...
Certainly.
I'd like to...
First you...
Well,
Я вспомнил, почему я этот квест не проходил. Потому что он слишком сильно замороченный. Поэтому и мы его проходить не будем. Так же, как меч царицы. Итак, возвращаемся к аптекарю. Возвращаемся к аптекарю. И затем отправляемся, получается, во Враник. А с Ротая меня сюда быстрым перемещением, по идее, должно переместить. Из-за квеста. И отсюда уже, соответственно, поскачем во Враник. По-хорошему, очень интересно посмотреть, что в Скалице за квест там появился. Реально интересно. Попробуем получить бонус.
Don't you feel hot under all that iron?
I'd like to know... That's all. Wouldn't you like to take a stroll somewhere?
Hey, lad,
I'd love to.
don't you want to do...
Нифига, куда она меня потащила. Нифига. Это куда, в Тальмберг, что ли? В таверну? На мельницу? В Мархаеды? Охренеть. Куда мы едем вообще? Это эти самые скалицкие рудники. Лол. А можно я возвращаться не буду? Мне как раз сюда надо.
That was quite a long way. So, are you going to tell me why we came here?
Here. Here's where my brother is.
Oh. I didn't realise. Sorry.
I wanted to come back here, but I was afraid to come alone.
Oh, very wise. It's still not safe in these parts.
Sometimes I think it was my fault. If only I'd done more for him, he might still be alive. If we'd left the mine during the night with Matthew and the others, maybe it would all have ended differently.
Well, maybe, but I doubt it. You said yourself that Samuel wouldn't have managed the journey. You did everything you could for him, and if you'd left during the night, you wouldn't have saved my life.
I know. It's just so hard sometimes. I know I did everything, but it wasn't enough. How could God let it happen?
I'd say God had nothing to do with what happened to Skalitz. You're not to blame for anything. It's the war and all the futility and suffering around it that's to blame.
Henry, I'll never forget Samuel and Stibor and Papa, and I'll never be able to accept the injustice of it all. But I still have you.
I love you, Teresa.
I know. Thanks for walking with me, Henry. And for everything else. I couldn't manage without you.
И обратно. Ну ё-моё. Капец она, конечно. По факту, если бы мы вот реально взяли и пошли бы пешком до Скалица, это бы заняло просто какое-то нереальное количество времени. Вот реально нереальное. Потому что с Ротаи до этих рудников, даже на коне, если я не ошибаюсь, примерно часа полтора скакать. Могу ошибаться, конечно, но на коне только 1,5 часа скакать. Пешком там ты будешь идти, наверное, все 12, если не сутки. Проверять, конечно же, мне не хочется, потому что мы как бы тут делом занимаемся. У нас тут...
Already? See you another time then.
Прохождение, а не холостой пробег. Какое-никакое прохождение. Не всех квестов, конечно. Не очень хочется там собирать 40 кабанины, 40 там курятины и так далее и тому подобное. Вот эти вот квесты. Больные.
I have everything we need.
Excellent.
Let's meet after dark at the crossroads.
I'll be there.
Да в смысле, мне что теперь туда самому скакать?
Greetings.
Кошмар какой. Кошмар.
Let's have a word.
Теперь обратно скакай. Вы что, серьезно? Я думал, быстрое перемещение будет. А тут получается быстрое ничего. Пипец, даже с котелка дернуть нельзя. Как так-то? Всегда же можно было. Что произошло-то? В котелке внезапно закончилась еда, видимо. Корнелиус работает, воду носит. Кстати, если честно, непонятно, они все-таки доходят до этого водоема или нет. Я их всегда вот вижу только на этой дороге, и все. Чисто ради прикола проследить за ними. Блин, котелок тоже на готовку. Абсос какой-то. Встретиться с аптекарем на пересечении дорог. Ну погнали. Обратно в ледечко. Или как говорят они, ледечко. Ледечко. Ну вот тут нам его теперь стоять ждать, да? Интересно, сколько? Я, наверное, даже, успею каким-нибудь мыльщицам заскочить, чтобы они меня там это...
Yeah.
Интересно, а двойной баф будет, если я сейчас сделаю вот так?
Good health.
I'm in.
And what is...
I'd like,
I'm sure you... God be with... oh. Oh. Oh.
За 3 часа этот, конечно, надеюсь, дойдет. Идти на самом деле не так уж и далеко. А если бежать, так прям вообще идеально. Нет, баф перекрылся. Кстати, этот баф, по-моему, похуже.
Hey.
yeah.
Там, так сказать, любовный баф, а этот баф такого а-ля удовлетворения. Так, с коняша мы здесь должны увидеться. Просто увидеться должны. Но для начала неплохо было бы его просто увидеть. Правильно? Еще пару часиков подождем, посмотрим, доберется он или нет. Не видно его. Видно, не дошел. Ладно, подождем еще пару часиков. Ну, конечно, такой, скажем, не торопится. Там в какую-нибудь местную корчму еще зашел, там это какое пивка двинул по-любому, да? Там же вот как раз вот в Лидечко корчма есть. Вот там, наверное, засел и двинул пивка. Где этот придурочный, блин, напрягает уже. Развлечемся
I'll be
пока.
with you. Fancy throwing it?
Can't wait to see how you throw.
Ух. 3 шестерочки.
This'll be the one.
А у него, кстати, 3 троечки было, но он не стал их.
That's it.
One beer for me.
That'll do me.
Не стал рисковать, уважаю. Так, у нас 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Два, три, пять, шесть.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good.
Certainly, I'll fetch. Coming.
Ага. То есть, где дьявольская голова, это может значит любое число быть, правильно?
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good.
Допустим, это 4, 4, 4. Реально работает? Офигеть. Реально козырные кости.
Should I? No, I daren't.
Три, три, три. 1.
Finished.
Ну, как-то он скромно играет, конечно. 6. 5, 5. Очень слабо, прям очень слабо. А вот это хорошо.
I'd like a beer.
Это полный комплект.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good.
Это опять полный комплект. 2, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5. А если вот так? Нет. Вот так работает, а вот так не работает. Фулхаусер какой-то получился.
You'll lose everything.
3, 3. Двойки нет.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good.
Here you are, in good health.
2, 3, 4. А получится ли у нас вот так вот типа а-ля стрит собрать? Получилось, кстати.
Shit!
Ну-ка еще разок сыграем.
You up for a throw?
То есть у нас получается три косточки крутые. И можно 3 косточки Альфонса взять, попробовать. Попробовать ими сыграть.
Hey, George, guide my hand.
Ну а шо, неплохо. 1250 сразу
They
сходу.
can't fall your way forever. It's really going my way today.
6 кубиков ничего не выкинуть, это сильно. Это сильно, брат. 5, 5, 5. Да, 5, 5, 5. О, у него, кстати, тоже голова. Нифига себе. Надо его обокрасть. Прям очень надо. Один, 3, 4, 5. Что-то такое.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good.
1, 5, 4.
This'll be the one. That's all.
Три единички это 1000. Ну и достаточно. 300, осталось 900 набрать, и все, и приехали.
That's it.
О, 4 двойки и пятерка. 550. Когда ну очень хочешь выиграть, прям смотрю на него и это такой
Your
думаю.
turn.
А мы просто берем вот так вот лениво. Косарик делаем.
How in the name of all that's holy.
Сейчас за ним проследуем, попробуем его обворовать. Нет, только не туда. Нет, пожалуйста. Не надо туда идти. Кровать, что ли, сменил, не могу понять. Постоим пока чуть-чуть подождем. Определенно, двери ее закрывать не учили. Прям 100% говорю. Они все в этот сундук раздеваются, что ли? Сейчас это тоже туда зайдет и сразу же отсюда выйдет, да? Потому что придурки. Он вышел. Он реально вышел оттуда. А нахрена они туда заходят? Вот в чем вопрос. Вот реально вопрос на миллион. Нахрена они туда... Так, у меня получилось эту косточку? Да, еще одна дьявольская голова. Это просто офигенно. Это 4 косточки с этой головой. Можно такие комбинации бешеные придумывать. Ну и пойдем проверим, пришел ли наш аптекарь. А то это уже неприлично получается. Неприлично долго я его жду. Пришел.
How are you, Henry?
Ну а как поживаешь?
Ah,
Пошли.
good. You're here. Come with me.
Идите за мной. И главное, это мы сейчас за аптекарем пойдем, а не он. Да? Он же знает дорогу.
Good boy. That's my boy.
Ну, конечно, нереально кривой дорогой он пошел. Лучше бы мы с ним забрались бы на коня.
Start the exorcism so we can go and get some sleep.
Ziana Kanba. Zikia Kanba. Galubara. Namtabara. Ashakbara. Kikimbara. Ziana Kampa. Zikia Kampa. Galubara. Namtabara.
What's that? Go on. That's what matters. Just keep going.
I think that's enough. The ghost must surely be banished by now. Now let's get out of here before something worse appears. Go and see the widow tomorrow to find out if it helps. I'm going home.
Thanks for the help.
Слабак. Я думал, я сейчас сдохну. Ноги повредил. Да, получилось бы немножко нелепо, если бы я сейчас откинулся. Потому что пришлось бы начинать с такого места, ё-моё. Просто жесть. Вот реально. Так, ну что, двигаем во Враник, наверное. Во Враник можно отсюда попасть. Ну ладно, мы поедем по безопасной тропке, так сказать. По стопроцентной. Там даже ночью довольно сложно заблудиться. О, с котелка можно двинуть. Оп. Так, лагерь лесорубов. Это я не туда повернул. Вот, теперь я правильно повернул. Из плюсов тут довольно широкая и ровная главная дорога по пути во Враник. Поэтому я говорил, то, что она довольно простая. Скачешь себе прямо и скачешь, пока на полянку не выйдешь. А с полянки уже можно увидеть огни этого городка. Как бы ничего сложного. Там, кстати, было несколько развилок, но я в итоге выбрал правильную.
That could be it.
Итак, какие активные задания он может мне отменить? Возможно, зайди к Драгомире. Может отменить. Какие еще интересности он может мне отменить? Ну, видимо, только это задание. Ладно, я готов рискнуть этим всем, так сказать. И зайти сюда.
What do you want?
А что ты здесь
What is
делаешь?
this place? What's going on here?
The Imperial Short Wool Sheep Fair. Have you got a sheep?
No.
Then bugger off before you get hurt.
И главное, охранника-то нету здесь. То есть в катсцене он появляется, а здесь он исчезает.
You're here again?
Let me inside.
Inside, eh? What's the password then?
Может ему дать по жопе?
Mind your manners. I'm a messenger with important dispatches for your commander.
All right, all right. No need to lose your temper. Go on then. You'll find Eric in his house at the top of the hill.
час ночи приехал. Нормальная тема.
Those tents look pretty impressive. These fellows aren't paupers, that's for sure. The wall here isn't too high.
I swear to God, even my toes are aching.
Not only strong outer walls, but inner ones too. This isn't good news. This must be where the commanders are.
Сбышек! Нихера себе, какие люди здесь. А если я его придушу? Так он не спит, он просто лежит. Придурочный. Сейчас бы я взламывал сундук. Все бы посмеялись. Интересно, а если я сейчас возьму и ему насую? Просто возьму и, так сказать, ему нахерачу. Но, видимо, ничего не произойдет, да? Так как он главный персонаж. А если я кого-нибудь здесь к примеру возьму, раззадорю его, он прибежит ко мне. Вот, он бежит ко мне. Мы в режиме драки. Не, ну сейчас мне насуют тут, конечно. Самый... Он приходит в себя. Что произошло, кстати, непонятно.
I'm sure your father will pay a nice fat ransom for you.
My father's dead. That lackey of yours wouldn't even let me bury him.
He doesn't know, Eric. Nobody told him. They told me, a foreigner, but not him. How very inconsiderate. I'm sure you'd rather hear it under different circumstances and from someone else, boy. But beggars can't be choosers. Your father, your real father, is alive. You even know him. It's your liege lord, Radzig Kobela. Although, how much can he really care? Here you are, a homeless orphan, and he still hasn't acknowledged you. Your parents are both dead, aren't they? I thought so. And yet, Radzig still hasn't told you the truth. Could it be that he's ashamed of you? I wonder if you'll want to pay that ransom after all. Well, best not think about that. If your father won't pay your ransom, you have no value to me.
My father's dead.
I understand why you feel that way. My own childhood was not dissimilar. How strange that we should have something in common. But I've delayed long enough. Now it's time for you to tell me why you came here.
I was looking for my father's sword, which was stolen by a certain bastard.
And I found it. But I wonder which father you mean. In a way, it belongs to both.
Doesn't matter who it belongs to. I'm gonna kill you with it.
You're hardly in a position to threaten me. But now I think of it, why not? When your father, your real father, pays, I'll give you an opportunity to try.
I think that's very generous of you.
Isn't it?
Radzig will crush you, and I'll be there to see it.
I very much doubt it. You spied on our camp. You must realize that your father hasn't a fraction of the forces I've gathered. And now, with the king in captivity, there's no one to levy troops to come to your aid. Even united with Hanush and Divish, your father couldn't raise more men than I have. The only force in this country capable of defeating me is Sigismund's. And he pays me. When he wins, I win. Everything I take now will be mine, and I plan to take everything. So meet the new lord of the realm.
A man like you will never rule here.
Have you never heard of Lord Sokol of Lamberg, or Sahinek the Dry Devil? They fought for your king and plundered the estates of the lords in Austria, just as I'm doing here. Like they say, the stronger dog fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
Sir, it's time.
Now, I'm afraid I have more important business to attend to. I'll leave Udo here to keep you company. And let's hope for both our sakes that your father pays up. Farewell.
Rot in hell!
Knock some manners into him, Udo. Come on, Eric, let's go. We've got work to do.
Погодите-ка. Я этого Эрика вертел на своем мече. Я точно помню.
Henry, wake up. Can you hear me?
А это Сбышек, да?
Jesus, that brute really worked you over. Here. Try to drink. I thought you'd never come round.
How do you know my name?
Don't you recognize me?
Zbyszek. You fucking traitor. You throw me to those bastards and then look me in the eye like nothing happened.
Shh, be quiet. Maybe we started off on the wrong foot. But I'm your only chance to get out of here alive. So do you want my help or not?
What do you want?
I want to get you out of here. But if you'd rather, I can leave you to rot and get the shit kicked out of you by Ishtvan's bruiser.
All right then, let's get out of here. Untie me.
That's what I want to hear. But first, swear you'll tell Sir Radzig I helped you. And that you'll pay me too.
You have my word. What's the plan?
Даю тебе слово.
Now listen, I found a place where you can easily get out. Down in the camp on the slope above Sasau, there's a place where they throw the waste over the wall. The pile of shit reaches almost to the top of the stockade. All we have to do is jump over and we'll have a soft landing. Then we're free.
Free and covered in shit. So that's all?
Well, first, we both have to get there. We can't let anyone see either of us. I'm supposed to be guarding you and you're... Well, I'm supposed to be guarding you. So we have to keep to the shadows and stay away from prying eyes. I'll go first. There shouldn't be anyone outside in front of the barn. When you're out, go left along by the wall. There are cliffs everywhere, so try not to get yourself killed. I'll wait for you not far from the camp, by the dead tree between the path and the brook. Good luck.
«40 здоровья». Да мне насували, получается. А, у меня нет отмычек. Потрясающе. Потрясающе. И тут ни хера нет. Так, теперь у нас есть 2 отмычки. Опа, в сложном сундуке нашли вещи. Потрясающе. То, что надо. Одеваемся, идем раздавать люлей, кебаб. Хорошие вещи, кстати, хочу я сказать. Пивнем, наверное, отвар из календулы, чтобы немножко здоровье восстановить. Также сохранимся. Бахнем снадобье лучника, чтобы всех с одного выстрела разить. -1. Еще один крадется. Этому прямо в тыкву дали. Сейчас прям жесткие битвы будут. Прям чувствую. Он решил сдаться? Он меня испугался. Видимо, сработал мой навык. Как его там? Устрашающий. И он такой обосрался и сразу такой: пощады, плез. А сам был, извините меня, с Хунсхегелем. Нормальная тема вообще. Я, правда, оружия его не вижу. Боевой топор, окованный железом. Это довольно укомплектованный боец, я хочу сказать, был. На лошадь не могу ничего перенести. Могу только выкидывать предметы. А у меня уже перегруз. Плохо, конечно, плохо. Ну ладно, продолжаем. Одного удивили, второго удивили. Идем дальше удивлять. Еще одного товарища удивили. Это вообще сидит, в ус не дует, так сказать. Ой-ой-ой, их так двое. Вот это я не учел. Вот теперь один. Теперь 0. Вроде бы, если здесь никого нет. Не, здесь все четко. 1400 панцирь, 500, удлиненный не будем брать. Здесь мы уже все взяли, что нам интересно было. Там какой-то челик стоит, но не знаю. Уже уходит он. Пустой сундук абсолютно. Да, удивим товарища. Давай, иди ко мне. Не пойдет, потому что не дойдет. Лук разит очень больно, очень сильно и стильно. Бля, вообще рог забрал зачем-то. Ладно, пофиг. Ой-ой-ой, ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Как он меня вообще там издали увидел? Так, у меня уже перегруз, надо убирать всякий мусор. И очень тяжелые вещи тоже. Так, вроде чуть-чуть разгрузились. Уже неплохо. Идем к той компостной яме. Потихонечку. Потихонечку, полигонечку. К той компостной яме сейчас двинем. Они только прекратят сюда бегать. Придурочные. Раздражает уже. Все бегут и бегут зачем-то сюда. Кто им только докладывает по этому поводу?
Hey.
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You call that confidence?
Какие они быстрые. Правда, я вот прыгать не могу. Сейчас они всей толпой сюда как прибегут. Ой-ой-ой, они реально всей толпой сюда решили прибежать. -1. Лук берем. Натягиваем. Здороваемся. Натягиваем. Стреляем куда-то туда в темноту. Плюс-минус я его вижу. Но слабовато на самом деле. Стрелы закончились, надо поменять. Мало стрел. Нет, показалось. Стрел-то нормально. Придурочный. Выбежал прям на лук, на мой. Ай! Чуть не огреб. Чуть не огреб. Ну кто вплотную подбегает? Во кадр, конечно. Я в шоке. Кто вплотную подбегает под лук? Пипец он юморной, конечно. Там трое сидят. Вот это меня не устраивает. Вроде все путем пока что. Вот мы сбежали из лагеря разбойников. Все еще не можем пользоваться лошадью. Встретиться со Сбышиком мы сможем, но... В общем, вы сами сейчас все увидите. Ой, как тут высоко. Сколько у меня жизни? 68. Надо подлечиться. Хоть бы не убился я. Хоть бы я здесь не убился. Ой, как высоко. Ой, как высоко. Зачем я сюда пошел? Пипец, как страшно. Так, куда я должен прибежать? Куда-то на дорогу. А еще бы сориентироваться, где эта дорога. Ну, в идеале, конечно. Ну, топор, конечно, хорош, долбит нормально. Хочу я сказать. Он весь цвета помидоров стал. Долго-долго рубил помидоры противникам. Итак, дорога. Уже хорошо. А, Ну, не знаю, что-то как-то непонятная ситуация. В темноте я не могу разобраться. Вот честно, не могу разобраться, куда мне скакать, образно говоря, потому что бежать я не могу. Мне кажется, что я сейчас поднимаюсь вот здесь, наверх, а мне туда не надо, мне надо вниз. Но опять-таки я чисто по ощущениям. Что примерно я вот здесь, и надо мне вот туда. Еще перегруз у меня небольшой, бежать не могу. На лошадь скинуть ничего не могу. Собаки нет, лошади нет. Ужас. По идее, я должен быть уже рядом. Вот здесь речка. Речка. И, наверное, где-то здесь уже сейчас должно быть место встречи, я так полагаю. Кстати, неупокоенный дух, квест не прекратился. С этим все в порядке. Вроде бы. Интересно, мог я пройти уже этот момент или нет? По ощущениям, да. По дороге, видимо, нет. Нет, видимо, я далеко ушел и вернулся своим ходом.
Nothing yet. Let's hope he hasn't done anything rash.
Wouldn't surprise me given the balls that he has. Now I wonder where he might have got those from.
Don't start, Hanush.
I'm sorry, sir. This fellow...
Henry!
Father?
I told you he had balls.
Well, I see that you haven't been idle, and we'll certainly need to have a talk later, but not quite so publicly. It looks like you have plenty to tell us. What happened?
I got a bit tied up at Vranik. But now I know what they're planning.
What's being planned? And who's planning it? Spit it out, boy!
There's no longer any doubt about it. It's that Hungarian noble you were hosting on the same day Sigismund pillaged Skalitz.
Sir Istvan...
Istvan Toth.
Toth and his people. Everything fits. They're the ones making the counterfeit money and using it to hire mercenaries from all around. He's already got quite an army at Vranik.
But what the fuck is he after?
I can tell you exactly, and you won't like it.
How's that?
I had quite a long talk with him.
What?
When I was trying to get into his camp, I was taken captive. We had a bit of a chat. Actually, he told me his entire plan.
What?
I suppose he thought he didn't need to keep it secret any longer. I'm not all that surprised.
Why not?
What's that bastard planning?
He's in the service of Sigismund. He wants to destroy King Wenceslas' allies. That means us. He's gathered a very large force. I'm honestly not sure if we can defeat them. And he knows no one will come to our aid now.
That fucking cunt! I'll skin him alive!
How many men has he got?
More than 100, I'd say.
And how secure is their camp?
It's an old abandoned fortress on a hill above Sassau. It's inaccessible from 3 sides, surrounded by a timber palisade.
Bastard! I'll crush that rebel of his!
That's easy to say, old friend. It seems Toth isn't taking any chances.
Together with Divish, we can muster enough men. And we can all see there's no time to waste. That bastard wants a battle? Much better we pick a time and place than he does.
Undoubtedly. We have to take them by surprise. It would be best to attack tomorrow night. We can't get ready any sooner.
That's what I like to hear, Radzig.
Henry, I want you to get yourself fixed up and then go straight to Sir Divish of Tальмберг. Tell him to assemble all the able-bodied men he can and bring them to Vраник tomorrow evening. We'll wait for him there.
Yes, sir.
Finally, a chance to show I'm not carrying a sword just for ornament.
I'll go and get ready to ride out.
О, навык
Get a
очнулся.
good meal inside you and get those wounds tended to. You look wretched. And if you need equipment or armor, tell Bernard. He'll give you what you need.
Yes, my lord.
No more, my lord. I'm your father. I swear, Hal, I planned to tell you. I'm sorry Istvan, of all people, beat me to it. But now we have more urgent matters to deal with. Later we'll have time to talk about it. What do you say?
As you wish, my lord. Father.
Good. Now go to Divish as quickly as you can, son.
Эти стебутся надо мной. Не встретился со Сбышиком. Я его просто не нашел.
Awake already? I hope you've had a good rest after all you've been through. You might need it. We've got work to do tonight, so get up and get going to Tальмберг as soon as possible. You need to rouse Sir Divish and his men for the attack. We'll meet this evening at the stronghold and...
Can I ask? Perkstein is a fine cast.
It'll be even finer once you all clear out.
Thank you.
Итак, просит меня скакать в Тальмберг, да? Можем проскакать Тальмберг с Ротаей через Ледечко и узнать как раз у Драгомира, помогло ли заклинание.
I need to set off as soon as possible to give the Tальмбергers the message, or they won't arrive in time to help us at Враник.
Listen up, man.
Итак, далее. Переместить всякий мусор на коня. Сытость у нас вроде хорошая. Все, вес мы теперь имеем. Здоровье у нас соточка. Все, скачем, соответственно, в ледичку.
God's blood.
We cast a spell over Lada's grave. It wasn't for the faint of heart.
Mary, Mother of Mercy. And not even that helped.
What? Do you mean to tell me it was all for nothing?
Only the Lord himself can help me now. I'll need the parish priest.
But why didn't you go and see him right at the start?
What would he think of me? Herbalists have always handled ghosts. But now what other choice do I have? Go and ask him what I can do.
Fine. I'll go and see him. But I swear this is the last thing I'm doing for you.
You have my gratitude. Take a few groschen for everything you've done for me so far. God be with you.
У Багуты? Это вы так пошутили, что ли? Пипец, в ужасе скакать. Придурочные. Капец. В ужасе. В ужасе, блин. Просто мрак какой-то. Жесткий. Жесткий мрак просто. Квест, конечно, бомбический. Делаешь капец как много. Дивидендов это, так сказать, приносит мало. Потому что ничего не помогает. Ни воровство, ни крономикона из монастыря, блин. Из монастыря. Самого такого места, конечно. Где-то Тальмберг я потерялся, блин. Мельница, проскакали. Перекресток. Вот этот, скорее всего. Нет, не тут. Вот этот. Я поскакал прямо, а мне надо было вправо, да? Ну, ясно, понятно тогда. Я прискакал прямо в Мрахоеды. Вместо Тальмберга. Да ладно, полежал бы еще, что-то там. Расслабился бы, ё-моё, булки там свои расслабил. Не спешим же никуда. Да?
Sir, I bring an urgent message from my father, from Sir Radzig and Hanush.
I take it you've heard. What does your father want from me?
I found out who's behind all the unrest in the region, and Father and Hanush have decided to put an end to it all.
What? So who is responsible for all our recent troubles?
You may have met him, Istvan Toth.
No, I haven't met him. But Sir Radzig said he'd been here to visit before the raid. I don't suppose that's a coincidence. What kind of man is he? What is he after?
He's in the service of King Sigismund, and he's fighting the nobility who support King Wenceslas. They've amassed quite a force at the old stronghold above Sasau, and they're planning to attack very soon. Father and Hanush have decided to move first and destroy him before he's prepared.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
When? And how?
Tonight. They send word for you to muster your men and rendezvous with them at Vranik.
This is madness.
Maybe it is. But I fear that Radzig and Hanush are right. The sooner we cure this pestilence, the better. Gather the men and make ready. We march tonight. Leave only as many as you must to guard the castle.
Very well, sir. As you command.
Will you be coming with us?
Yes, sir. I have some scores to settle with them.
Какой-то халакбуду меня надели. Шлема нет, жупана нет. Мне больше всего понравилось. Ну там 100 человек. И эти, блядь, такие конницу там, не знаю, человек 20, короче, просто собрали и такие поскакали. Слезай с коня, дай ему пизды. Из примерно такого разряда. То есть мы, человек 40-50, имея где-то двойное недопреимущество в людях. Ну ладно, не 50, я вижу человек, наверное, 70-80.
Well, Divish. I see you don't want to miss the show.
You didn't expect me to leave all the glory to you.
Never. We wouldn't dream of starting without you.
What news? Did you parley with them?
We did.
And what was the outcome?
Not quite what we hoped for. Radzig wanted to go parley with him in person. Fortunately, I talked him out of it.
It seems that this will not be resolved without a battle.
Bloody good thing, too. Finally, we'll have some proper entertainment in the countryside.
Fortunately, my son here showed immense daring and made his way into the lion's den to spy on them.
Tell us what you saw, lad.
What do you want to know, exactly?
Well, let's start with how well fortified they are.
Что-то
The
подтормаживать
outer
начало.
palisade goes right around the whole camp. On a small hill inside it, there's a half-demolished farmhouse that's ringed by another palisade. That's where I was held prisoner, and that's where Toth's based. Him and his inner circle.
Can you tell us how many tents there are and how they're arranged?
There might be 50, maybe 300, most of them in the right-hand side of the camp.
And the men? How many men strong are they?
Quite a few, at least 80.
Huh. We don't number much more than that ourselves.
We do outnumber them, though, even if only by a few men. And our men are well armed and disciplined. The foe, nothing but a rabble.
From what I've seen, it's best to attack from our direction. How does it look from the other sides?
The east side is all rocks, so no hope of launching a major assault from there. On the other hand, that's the way I escaped. It's where they throw all their waste. The heap's already so high it's almost to the top of the palisade.
Now that is interesting. The ramparts are long. If there are as many of them as we think, they can hardly keep watch over the entire length. Attack with full force at the gates, and they won't have enough men at the rear.
That's an excellent strategy. But then I'd expect no rest from you.
If we cause an enormous uproar at the same time, they won't know what's hit them.
Uproar?
You said they have tents there?
Yes, sir.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, tents usually burn rather well. And we have quite a few archers.
You don't do things by halves, Divish.
So, I believe we have a plan. Robard will take 10 men and sneak to the rear of the fortifications. There's an entry point, but you must remain hidden.
I will do my best, sir.
That shouldn't be too hard. They'll have other things to worry about. The rest of us will launch a frontal assault. Rain burning arrows on them and then attack.
Those bastards won't know which way to turn.
At that point, Robard and his squad will strike from the rear.
I think it's a good plan.
God be with you, my friends.
We'll wipe those whore sons off the face of the earth.
Боже, какая у него убогая броня. Дайте мне нормальную. Сейчас зельями закинусь сразу. Всевозможными.
Listen up now.
Я один как придурок без шлема.
We are about to meet the rabble that have been trying to hurt us. Pillaging, killing, raping, and generally being a thorn in our side for long enough. They may be hiding behind a stockade, but they are still a pack of curs who are no match for men like you. And tonight, we are going to festoon these trees with corpses. First, we will set fire to their little hornet's nest. Then we'll keep them busy by the gate. And when we've made it nice and hot for them, Sir Robard and his men will pounce on them from the rear. And we will hack them to pieces. Have you got it? Yes, sir. Good. Now, when we reach the ramparts, the archers will cover the men climbing it, and the men with the battering ram. Any of these fuckers foolish enough to stick his head outside the stockade is to lose it at once. Understood? Yes, sir! Glad to hear it. Now, let's do it! Forward!
Собственно, пока битва не началась, я могу пить зелья. Сохраняться не могу, но могу всякие другие. Например, живая вода в течение 5 минут. Далее. Снадобье лучника. Нет, я наелся уже. Жалко. Жалко, конечно. Накидался знатно я, видимо. Ладно, будем пользоваться только луком, стараться. Лук — это сила. Ждем тарана. Эти как придурки стоят. NPC не прописали, что делать. По лестнице я тоже забраться не смогу, да? Да. Таран где? Таран идет. Вот он крадется. Просто пенек. Кто ты, воин? Готовим стрелы. Есть. И пошел замес. Замес пошел. Пошел замес. Пан Дивиш идет тоже в бой. Всех покромсали, идем дальше. Зачисти первую часть сожженного лагеря. Я... Берем 3 бродяг. Выпьем снадобье лучника еще. Так вот, берем 3 бродяг и... И у нас стрелы закончились, да? Эх. Живите как можно дольше, братья, братья. А мне бы точности не помешало бы. -1. -2. -3. Идем дальше. Где крипочки? Не вижу их. А, вон они заспавнились. Промазал. Эх. Ой, своего же грохнул. Ничего страшного, бывает. Ай-яй-яй. Ай-яй-яй. Ближний бой иду. Идем дальше. Так, меня видят, я никого не вижу. Или это немножко не так работает? Вот они, крепочки полезли. -1. Второй крадется. С пикой. Ай-яй-яй. Ненавижу пикинеров. Вообще ненавижу. Вообще ненавижу пикинеров. -2. -3. Отлично. Так, жизни 100. По доспехам у нас нормально. Ремонтироваться не можем, к сожалению. Опять стрелы закончились. Со стрелами у меня большая беда, на самом деле. Мне осталось буквально десяток. Буквально десяток стрел остался, и все, и приплыли. Вот, еще 6 стрел осталось, и все, и приплыли. Все, зачебурашили. Таран! Таран! Где таран? Вот таран. Заспавнился. Я только отвернулся, он заспавнился. Стрел нету, к сожалению. Денежки есть. Количество стрел сколько? 1 штука осталась. Класс. Кайфы. Да, придется танковать. Придется танковать. Я немножко застрял. Развалили кабинеты.
Where's that Hungarian bastard? Why isn't he here? Don't tell me no one was in command!
It does rather look that way, Hanush.
Henry, where's Toff? You said he was here.
He definitely was, sir. I've got the cuts and bruises to show for it.
We have to find out where he slithered off to. Look for clues. Anything that will tell us what he's doing.
Так, пора ремонтироваться. Все на соточку. Потрясающе. Обожаю. Обожаю, когда все на соточку. Письмо из Враника. Читаем. А эти прям, я смотрю, обыскивают все, да?
Good day. Good luck then.
А где рацик?
Sir, this was all I could find.
A letter? What does it say, Radzig?
Alongside hunting, drinking, and swordplay, you might find time for a little study, old man. In the courts of Prague, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can read nowadays.
Yes, well, here in the countryside, we don't give a tinker's curse about such things. That's what I've got a scribe for, anyway. What does the damn thing say?
It appears to be written by Toth, but it doesn't say to whom. It says everything's going according to plan, and the castle should soon be taken.
Castle? What castle? What does he need a castle for?
Тальмберга.
We took this one alive.
Какой же еще замок?
And it seems he's not just some ordinary spear carrier.
Where's that rat Toth? Where did he go? Speak, damn you!
He's thwarted you again, hasn't he?
If you play your cards right, you might come out of this in one piece. Where is your lord? He was here yesterday, wasn't he?
Come now, sir. We both know where I will end up. My lord is gone. He took most of the men and left.
Where has he gone? What is he planning? He writes here about taking some castle. Which castle?
Oh, some nearby castle. Left completely unguarded. Now I wonder where it could be.
What are you saying, you horse son?
Tальмберg. Did he go to Tальмберg?
You'll never get him. You'll never get...
What? We're planning on sending him to some monastery to become a monk? I believe we have some work to do, Sir Divish, do we not? Mount up, gentlemen. We don't have any time to waste.
А деньги я за что получил, интересно?
Halt! Who goes there? Greetings. We were ambushed. We need assistance. We have wounded men here. Open the gate. The Lord be praised. Here! Come on! Come on!
Lady Stephanie, I really don't think we should...
My lady. Faster, man! Come on, faster! My men are gravely wounded. Without treatment, I'm afraid they won't live to see morning. Hiya! Hiya!
Not to worry. We'll take care of them.
My lady, you have my uttermost gratitude. May God reward you for your kindness.
Every Christian should help his neighbor in his hour of need.
True. Especially now, when treachery and deception surround us on all sides.
Get out of the way!
The devil lurks in the shadows.
Come on!
And one fears taking a guest into his house.
Signal the others. Yes, sir.
Oh no. We're too late.
Quickly! Follow me!
Че, они сейчас мост поднимут и все, и приехали. Главное, рацик залетел. Зашпандурился там нормально так. Так, смогу ли я что-нибудь навернуть? Например, примочку. Могу. Навернуть. Так, я с топором. Так, сейчас мы этих всех разбойников нахреначим. Сейчас мы всем этим разбойникам нахреначим. Вообще с пикой. Этому тоже нахреначили. Идем дальше. Опа, здорово. Этому тоже нахреначили. Идем дальше. Еще один. Че, не ждал, что я один буду, да? Точнее, не один. Этому тоже насували. Вот еще один. Этому тоже насували. Всем насували. Мы молодцы.
You rat! Come out and fight like a man! I don't think so. I like it better right here. But you'd rather hide behind my wife like some mangy whelp? I could just as easily cut her throat. I have hostages enough. And strong walls to protect me. Bring him here. Radzik? What do you want, you viper? Let me think. Actually, there's nothing I want from you. Except maybe to see you all die. Fire! Burn it down!
Бам! Плечо.
Christ. Are you all right?
I'll live. But I don't think I'll be wielding a sword for a while.
Oh, we have men enough for sword wielding. A good lord is harder to come by.
How the hell did they get Radzik? I didn't make it to the gate.
He was charging against reinforcements from the castle.
We have to save Sir Rad... my father, somehow.
And we have to save my wife. And get our home back.
My friend, I think you know as well as I. We have to lay siege.
No. No, that is our last resort. We have to try all our other options.
Sir, if a few men could scale the western wall after dark, maybe they could get inside, free the hostages, and open the gate. That is, if they're holding them in the courtyard, as we've always done.
Well, that's a big if. What if they're seen and they can't raise the portcullis quietly?
Sir Hanush, if we can save just one hostage.
It's a perilous undertaking. Who would you send?
I'll go.
Then let us make ready.
А где Птачек? Где Птачек? Он же тоже на ночную вылазку согласен. Это я прям 100% помню. А здесь его нет. Опа. Укради драгоценности Паны
I'd better get ready for the night raid.
Минус.
Some light clothing would be best. Dark colors.
Принеси шкуру зайца. Так, частично задания мои приехали. Но только частично. Можно просто пойти к Бороку и сказать типа: Йоу, man, this is unbelievable просто. Я вашу контору сейчас развалю.